Hello and welcome to another special edition of the Vedic Lunar Scope. Again for the partial solar eclipse in Purva Ashadha nakshatra that is going to take place on the 5th to the 6th of January 2019. There we go. I said it correctly in this video. I did another video on the partial solar eclipse, and if you also want to go watch that, you can do so through the link above. But just following up on that video, you know, it's okay to get things wrong. It really is. And no, I'm not using that as a cop-out, and I'm not using that as an excuse, because after all, that's just a minor mistake, right? I'm using it as a launching board to help you to understand the energy of this eclipse, because really it is okay to get things wrong. It is okay to get things wrong, because you see, right now, you think, or perhaps you would like to think, that you see a situation pretty clearly. You feel like you understand what it is that needs to happen. You likely even feel like you're doing everything that you can to change a particular situation, and that you're trying to make it work out better. But at the same time, you're failing, right? We don't like that word. We don't like that word failing, because somehow it means that we're imperfect. Somehow it means that we're not good enough. Somehow it means that, you know, we have to try harder. Somehow it means that we're not disciplined enough, or we didn't get it right, or that we're stupid, right? But how in hell are you ever going to learn anything if you don't first make mistakes? If you don't get it wrong, how are you going to learn what you got wrong? How are you going to be able to correct yourself? And sometimes you find yourself in a position where it's less a matter of getting things wrong and more a matter of timing, right? Perhaps things are not meant to change immediately for you right now. But we like to think, well, you know, if things aren't changing quickly enough, well, certainly all I need to do is to amplify my efforts a little more intensively. All I need to do is apply myself a little more industriously. Yeah, I don't feel good about the things that I'm having to do when I apply myself industrially to this particular situation, when I try to amplify my efforts. But you know what? I can just put all of that to the back of my mind. I don't have to think about that. I can be detached from that. But are you really detached from it? Okay, perhaps you have this need to be right about something, but perhaps you're not. Perhaps what's happening is you're seeing one single minute iota of a greater situation. And when you see that one little portion of the situation, you think that that's the cause of the whole big shebang, right? But it's not. It's not. And no amount of striving based upon what you think is the complete picture is going to change or alter the situation immediately. But coming up against that resistance, coming up against that seeming failure, will serve a purpose. Once you can get past that feeling of going, well, I haven't done well enough, I'm imperfect. Once you can get past that, right, then you'll be able to accept that you did the best that you could, but that perhaps is not the right time, and perhaps you just need to let go of your ego attachment to a situation so that you can see something more clearly. Once you get past what you think is detaching from your emotions, when in reality you're really just repressing them, then you'll let yourself feel. You'll allow yourself to observe the sensations that are present. You'll get a clearer idea of what it is that you're dealing with. Is that going to happen on the exact day of the partial solar eclipse? No, probably not, because, you know, the moon's dark at that particular period of time. We are dealing with a partial eclipse, and so there's a lack of clarity, but that lack of clarity serves a purpose. Equally, once you can get past that need to be an authority on the situation, so you can feel confident enough to achieve what it is that you need to achieve. After all, it's all about you, and it's all about me, and it's all about what we have to do. Once you can get past that, right? Then you'll be able to find yourself in a position where you truly are detached enough to accept a seeming failure and ultimately find a way to turn that into a complete victory, right? Once you can get past your fear of doubt, once you can get past that fear of doubt, then you can allow yourself to truly question. You can allow yourself to go, what went wrong? Let's get to the root of this, right? Maybe it's best that a situation changes a little bit at a time. Maybe it's best that the old structure falls apart one piece at a time rather than all in one big collapse, right? Because that wouldn't be healthy for you. So perhaps the moment in time that you find yourself in, even though it seems like it's not exactly what you want and it's hurting your ego and it's really just, creating a lot of quote unquote difficulty for you and makes it feel like the universe is out to get you, maybe the universe is really conspiring to help you, but you don't want to be helped. So let go of that need to be an authority. Welcome in the capacity to question. Be okay with doubting. Let yourself feel those feelings. Accept that you are imperfect, but that you're perfect in your imperfection at this particular moment in time, because guess what? That's precisely where you need to be. Okay? Once you can do all those things, it's amazing what will actually open up for you, because you will have purified yourself of everything that was unclean. You would have gotten rid of your incomplete vision of a situation. And then you'll see things in greater, perhaps initially starker clarity, but then that will invigorate you to make more positive decisions, to help yourself move onward from this particular moment. But it's not all going to happen right now. It's likely going to happen over several months. Take your time with the process. Embrace that you're doing all that you can. Embrace that even though it seems like you're doing your best, that's not good enough, but that doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It means that you're doing what's right, you're taking your time, and you're letting a process unfold as it needs to. And if you could use a little bit of help with that particular situation, I should mention that I do offer several different levels of astrological service. These are all available through the Astrological Services page of my website. If you want to book a consultation with me prior to New Year's Eve, midnight New Year's Eve, if you do so and you enter the discount code HAPPY, all uppercase letters, at the link I'm going to point to here in a moment, you'll get a 10% discount. So if you'd like to visit my services page in order to schedule, you can find that link above. Also, while you're on my website, check out all the webinars I've got coming up this summer. I'm doing a medical astrology course and also a course on planetary yogas. Both of those courses will last for 44 weeks, nearly an entire year. So check those out while you're there as well. Thanks again for watching this video on the partial solar eclipse in Purva Ashadha Nakshatra overnight on the 5th to the 6th of January 2019. You can look for the video on the total lunar eclipse, which will take place in Pusha Nakshatra later on this month. You can look for that video over the course of the next several days. Bye for now.